Spuwende vulkanen, spitse rotsen, uitgestrekte bossen en ruige vlaktes. De Galapagos-eilanden. Natuurdocumentairemaker David Attenborough bezoekt deze eilandengroep in de Stille Oceaan. Een eilandengroep met een overweldigende natuur en bijzondere bewoners. De eilanden zijn allemaal op dezelfde manier begonnen en zullen op dezelfde manier eindigen. Maar wat maakt de Galapagos-eilanden zo bijzonder? En hoe zijn ze ontstaan?
The islands lie 600 miles from the coast of South America and straddle the equator. There are 16 of them and a multitude of small islets, all separated from the rest of the world by the huge expanse of ocean. The biggest island is Isabella. Lying in the center of the group, it has a strange seahorse-like shape. That is because it originated as 6 separate volcanoes, which eventually fused into one great island.
There's evidence all around these islands of their direct connection with the furnaces deep in the Earth's crust. But it isn't until recently that we realize just how close those connections are here.
Underneath the section of the Earth's crust on which Galapagos sits, there is something extraordinary. A gigantic column of superheated molten rock rising upwards. This is the source of the island's volcanic activity. It began to build the Galapagos 4 million years ago. This is a typical Galapagos island in its infancy. By the time the eruptions have ceased, it's grown so large that it has acquired a new power. It has the ability to create its own weather.
Humid oceanic winds blowing across the Pacific hit this mountain of lava and are so forced upwards. That cools them so that they can no longer hold their load of moisture, and it condenses as mist and rain, and that allows plants to thrive.
Santa Cruz, in the center of the archipelago, is typical of these middle-aged islands. And as an island ages, so it develops more habitats. Now it's entering its old age. It's no longer growing. Its sheer mass is too heavy for the Earth's crust to support. It begins to sink under its own weight. And now the rainwater that has been falling on it throughout its middle age begins to carve away its substance. So the island becomes smaller, drier, and flatter. That is what has happened to Hispaniola. It's nearing 4 million years old. Its forests have gone. But it now has a different range of habitats. Millions of years of erosion have created beaches of soft sand. But erosion can have only one final result. Destruction. So, a Galapagos island worn down by the waves and the weather eventually reaches the last stage of its existence. After millions of years sustaining life, all that remains of it above water is a rocky, curving cliff. Like Tortuga. But remarkably, even this is not the end of the story. The remains of ancient Galapagos Islands stretch for hundreds of miles across the Pacific seabed. These were once volcanoes like Fernandina, vegetated mountains like Santa Cruz, and low-lying nurseries like Española. Movements in the Earth's crust are the key to understanding the archipelago's extraordinary evolutionary history. A giant hotspot rising from the Earth's molten core began to build the Galapagos 4 million years ago. But as the island drifted away from it, other volcanoes replaced it, one after the other. So a group of islands appeared, one after the other. In fact, the whole of this island is drifting across the surface of the globe at a rate of about 3 centimeters a year, roughly the rate at which my fingernails grow. That may not sound much, but in the 3 million odd years since this island emerged above the surface of the ocean, it has drifted in a southeasterly direction by about 60 miles.